Musicians will just play. I'll go first since everyone's being shy. I wrote this poem, if I can find it. I wrote this poem quite a while ago now. There's the very, very weird thing about this poem is that I wrote it before the situation happened, and I think God was trying to warn me of the situation by making me write it, but I still fell into the situation. But I just hope that this will be a warning, or not a warning, but an encouragement for someone before you fall in like I did. So yeah, it's called The Journey. On that cold winter's night, I stood on the edge, I contemplated the fall, I eradicated risk and I prepared to jump. I prepared to jump to the conclusion that with a bit of edge I would fall into the hands of Mr. Right. In my eyes it was a risk worth taking, so I jumped. You see, taking a risk with him despite the red flags didn't seem so bad. When the risk of being alone became the biggest red flag to my hormones, I tried. I tried to see the good in him. I tried to believe that I could change him. But I guess just like the serpent in the Garden of Eden, I knew I did not have the power to change anyone. It was all lies. I lied to myself and I lied to you. You were the apple of my eye, but what stood in the midst of us was a tree of lies. You lied about your identity and made me believe that if I laid down with you, we would become one. So I laid down with the idea of you. I was naked and exposed. You had left without notice. But I noticed that all along I never knew you. You came in a form that excited my bodily impulses, and hands down I'd fallen for you, knees first. I heard you calling and I answered, altar call. You wooed me with your charming words, but this charm you gave me became a shackle across my neck. I was constrained to the idea of you, to what I wanted you to be. Voices in my head told me to back down, but gradually I saw the people around me moved by lust. I had to. You see, taking a risk with him despite the red flags didn't seem so bad. When the risk of being alone became the biggest red flag to my hormones, I mean, we had our goodish times when you would make me laugh. They say laughter is the best medicine, right? But why is it that the joke was always on me and I never felt relief? You would laugh at my naivety, laugh at the fact that time and time again I would fall for the same meaningless and hollow words you said to me. You would intoxicate me with your lies so that I would lose all my vigilance and sobriety. You were my adversary, prowling around in my life seeking what good you could devour. You sold me dreams of our future together at a price that was worth my salvation. I paid the price of your love, even though there was one who was willing to give me their love without a price, priceless. A price less than we would imagine for a gift so great. He paid the price of my betrayal, of my gluttony, of my lust, and of my transgression of true love. He reversed human logic, as we expect your purchase. When your purchase is torn and battered, you receive a full refund based on proof of purchase. But Christ saw that my life had become torn and battered, so he refunded me with a new heart, body, mind, and soul, without the unnecessary baggage from my past. His refund has no expiry date, no time constraint, and that I witnessed was true love. I learnt it the hard way. After all my failings, he passed my past and showed me the way to leave it all behind. Said after all my failings, he passed my past and showed me the way to leave it all behind. It was his choice to choose me to be his representative. He chose me, Shania Lovell Jeffers. And at this moment, I just want you to say to yourself, he chose me, and say your name after. And on that cold winter's night, I stood on the edge. I contemplated the fall. I eradicated risk and I prepared to jump. I prepared to jump to the conclusion that with a bit of faith, I could fall into the hands of Christ, my Saviour. To me, it was a risk worth taking, so I jumped. You see, taking a risk with Christ didn't seem so bad, when the risk of being without him became the biggest red flag to my salvation. Thank you. Anybody else?